positive update on that. But let's jump into the other unprecedented event that we're dealing with, and that is the indictment of Donald Trump. Bum, bum, bum. Listen, like I told y'all last week, there's certain people I don't like to give airtime to. But because this is an exclusive, private space, intimate space, okay? Because of that, I'm gonna go in. Also, because this is something you need to know. So I'm gonna talk about all of these indictments. I'm gonna break down specifically what Donald Trump is being charged for, what were the events leading up to it, and I want you to walk away from this episode knowing what the hell is going on. Because like I said, this is another unprecedented event. This is the first time in 234 years of this country that a US president or an ex-US president has been indicted. The first time. So let's get into it. I'm going to be reading from a Politico article called Tracking the Trump Criminal Cases. I'm going to be reading from that and referring to it. For the first 234 years of the nation's history, no American president or former president had ever been indicted. That changed this year. Former President Donald Trump has been charged in 4 criminal cases over a 4.5-month span. In New York, he faces 34 felony counts in connection with hush money payments to a porn star. In Florida, he faces 40 felony counts for hoarding classified documents and impeding efforts to retrieve them. In Washington, D.C., he faces 4 felony counts for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. And in Georgia, he faces 13 felony counts for his election interference in that state. If you're doing the math, okay, that adds up to 91 counts. 91 counts. That matters, y'all. Do you know why that matters? Because they are throwing the book at this motherfucker, okay? It is clear that let's just say that certain people, okay, I would say, maybe not the government, but let's just say certain people, it's clear that people are realizing the danger of this man. The effort with which they are trying to ensure that this motherfucker not only gets convicted, but probably likely gets jail time. 91 counts, y'all. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So first is the January 6th insurrection case. We all remember January 6th, right? Okay, we were all there. We all remember what we were doing the moment we turned on social media and saw that. We remember those people falling off of those walls. Do you remember? Did we ever find out what happened to those people? Are they okay? Maybe they're in jail now. All right, so this case is taking place in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. In the 2 months between Election Day in 2020 and January 6, 2021, Trump mounted a wide-ranging campaign to subvert Joe Biden's victory in the presidential election. Trump and his advisors spread false information about voter fraud, urged Republican state officials to undermine the results in states that Biden won, assembled false slates of electors, and pressured Mike Pence, the vice president, to unilaterally toss out the legitimate results. The effort culminated on January 6th when a mob of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol and disrupted the peaceful transfer of power. Federal prosecutors led by special counsel Jack Smith have charged Trump with 4 federal crimes stemming from his attempts to derail the transfer of power. Okay? Special counsel Jack Smith, look that motherfucker up and tell me that this motherfucker don't always look like he just rolled out of bed. Listen, I am not an elitist. I'm not a classist. I believe in, the clothes don't make the person. But this motherfucker always looks, as my mom would say, my Haitian mother, he looks like a messy bed. He just, look at, maybe I'm going to post him on the Instagram. Don't forget, guys, you can go to the Instagram at No Niche Zone Pod. And for every episode, I'm going to be posting pics and videos and clips about what I'm talking about. So I'll post a pic of Jack Smith and y'all can get in the comments and let me know. Okay? So